the edit plus software where I am executing the Java code. I will tell you later. Okay, so how to configure this all the setup. Okay, so anyone having any idea about I am asking from the people who already joined or attended my session. Can you explain this line of the code? Please, guys. So you have to give the answer. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 A string array is a parameter. So what is your name? Okay, Amil. Okay. So if I will remove this main method, if I will compile this code, will I get any error? If I will compile, if I will. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Not JVM, compiler. So compiler first, we if you having the any Java code, so first we have to do compilation, right? Right. So there is no, compiler is not looking for execution and they're not looking for JVM interaction, right? So this is called your class block and this is your class keyword. And if you are defining any real world object into the programming world, then we use this class keyword. Java is object oriented programming language, right? Java is object oriented programming language and this is called your class block. Any real world object, if you want to represent it to the programming world, or any real world business, if you want to automate, then this is your real world object and we are going to automate this by writing this, you know coding and using this Java code. Got it, right? So if I will compile this code, if I will compile this code, you can see I'm able to compile. If you will write something here, okay, mute in your side. Okay, so if you will write something here, then what will happen? If I will compile here, you can see it's, compiler is going to tell you this is, you know error. So this is the job of compiler. If everything will work fine, then it will compile, it will create dot class file. Okay, it will create dot class file. So you can see, I'll show you some dot class file here. Java here, demo Java, you can see. So this is the job of compiler. This is bytecode and compiler will generate this file, and this is the bytecode and this is the machine code. So it will interact to the JVM and JVM is able to understand this. Got it, right? So JVM only understand this. So if I will execute this code, I compile this code. If I want to execute, you can see now I'm getting main method is not found. Okay, so main method must be required while executing. The question is why main method is required, right? So that's why, we are defining the main method. Why main method is required? Okay, so this is the, we are the users, right? We are the users and this is the JVM. Okay, so JVM is a software, right? JVM means Java Virtual Machine. JVM is a software, and we are the users, or you are the developer and you are developing the code by using this editor and you are writing the code, but JVM will not understand what you have written. Okay, JVM will not understand what you have written. Got it, right? JVM only understand dot class file. What happened, this what you are writing, JVM is not able to understand. And here the problem is, how to interact with, we are the users and how to interact with this Java virtual machine. So while developing this in this is the one software, okay, who develop this Java, who develop the Java, okay. So this JVM software, inside this JVM they have written the logic, okay, for main, okay. So when you will execute your code, then JVM only search where is your main method. Okay, when you will execute this code, then JVM will search where is your main method. Okay, so main method is there, then control will enter inside this and it will display this. Got it, right? If main method is not there, then it will search where is the main method. If it is not there, it will you will get on the console error, please define the main method. Got it, right? So this is the interaction between JVM and developer. So what is main method? So what is method concept? Okay, what is the method? First we have to understand what is the method. What happened when we are writing in the code in the real time, right? So we having the some common functionality, common task. That task is repeated task. Got it, right? So what happened, like we have a one requirement to add two number, okay. This was, I can make one common method here, and this method you can call anywhere, means you have written this add method, sorry, adding the two number logic, and you should not write for another class. If you want to use this code in the this logic in the another class, just we have to call, means we can reuse the logic. That's why the method is required. Okay, one more thing, if I will write this statement as a class block, so this is called your class block, okay. This is called your method block, okay. So when you will write here, like this is the print statement, okay. What is system.out.println? What is system.out.println? What displayed? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. How to explain this? I told you, right? System is an inbuilt class, right? Out is your variable and println is your method. And here you can, this is the overloaded method. Overloaded means here you can pass any other data type also. Okay. Here you can see sometime we are printing a string value. This is called a string. Here you can also pass some integer value also. Okay. So overloaded method means we having the same method name, but parameter we can pass the different type. I will teach you later, but if you will write this statement on the top as a class block, if I will compile this code, we can get error. You can say illegal startup type. So we cannot write logic as a class level directly. Got it, right? If I will compile this code, you can see we will get the error. Illegal startup type. Logic we cannot write as a class level. That is the one more reason to having the method concept. But in the block, we having the block. Logic we can write inside this block also. Okay, so I'm not going to discuss about a block, but just remember we cannot write the logic as a class level. So we again I'm going to explore today method concept. So we having the method, like this is the main is your inbuilt method, right? Already developed by the Java people. So what is the complete syntax of the method? This is your accessibility modifier. Public, private, protected and default. This is optional, okay? As per the project requirement we will use. This is the complete syntax of method. Okay, so public means you can access this anywhere. This is called non accessibility modifier. This is also optional. Okay, we can use as per the project requirement. And this is your return type. Return type is your mandatory. Okay, this is mandatory. If you will not give this return type, you can see if I will not give this return type, if I will compile this code, you can see here invalid method declaration, return type required. You have to give the return type. Again we having the another type of return type, void and non-void. I will discuss later. This is called your method name. Okay, so method name is mandatory. Okay, you have to give, and this is called parameter. Okay, this is called your parameter. So parameter is optional. As per the project requirement we will use. A string is a inbuilt class, and this is the symbol of array. Okay, I will teach you later this part. Okay, what is array, and this is your variable. When you are writing, right, like int I'll write like int a. Okay, this is the simple variable declaration. This is the array type. So same thing, this is again developed by the Java people, that is called command line argument. And here this is the same. Okay, so this is args is your variable. So this is the inbuilt implementation, and this is also called the command line. So this, array and all I will discuss later. If anyone will ask this line of the code, okay, why we are writing class keyword, and this is the class name, and this is your real world object we are going to convert into the programming world. This is your class block, and this is your main method. Okay, so why method is required and what is method? Okay, this is called your main method. In sorry Inside main. Okay, inside this main method. Now if I will compile this code, we are able to compile and we are able to execute. How Java code will work? Okay, how Java code will work? So Java code will work, first we are saving the code in the .java file. You can see here we have saved this code as a .java file. You can see here. Okay, so after that you have to do compilation. Okay, so compiler job is it will check the syntax of the code, right? So if everything will work fine, the compiler will generate that dot class file. Dot class file having the byte code. Okay, this is the byte code, right? This is the byte code, or you can tell the machine code. Okay, this is the machine code. Then we are trying to, then this is your compilation, then it will generate dot class file. Then it is dot class file is nothing but byte code is nothing but machine code. Now it will interact with your JVM. Okay, this is the JVM software. How to interact with the JVM? Okay, so when you execute your code, so we have already here main method calling. Okay, so when you will execute, so they have developed the logic, when if you will execute any code, automatically JVM will call main method. When you will execute, it will go in your class and it will search where is your main method. JVM don't care about of anything, it will only search where is your main method. What happened, we having the multiple types of the method, right? But JVM is not able to understand what the method you are going to create. So that's why they have created one common method, that is called main method. And main method will having the automatic call statement. So when you will call, only it will go inside this, and it will execute from top to bottom, line by from top to bottom execution will start. When control will go here, then this will display on your console, and finally control will come inside this main method. when control will uh, execution will end, then it will control back to the main method only, right? So now if you will compile this code, you can see I'm getting this output now inside main method. Okay, so now we are going to explore method. This is your inbuilt method and we will create our own method, right? So there are, in the Java level, we have a two types of the method. One is your concrete method and one is your abstract method. Okay, what is the abstract method I will discuss later. Okay, so concrete method is also divided. We have a static method and we have a non-static method. Again, inside this static and non-static, we have a void type and not void type. Again, inside this void and non-void, we having the parameterized method and non-parameterized method. Again, we having the return type and non-return type. Okay, return type or non-return type is this one only. Okay, and return with a statement and return with value. Again, we having the these are the all the things we will discuss. Again, the question is how to create a method, right? I already shown you the syntax, right? So you public accessibility modifier. This is optional as per the project requirement we will use. Non accessibility modifier. This is also optional as per the project requirement we will use. This is your is mandatory. You have to give the return type. Method name is mandatory. You have to give, and this is your parameterization. Okay, so this is all optional as per the project requirement we will use, and this is your block. This block is called method body. Okay, so now I'm going to, anyone can explain what is a static keyword? What is a static? Why we use the static? I already explained you, right? A static keyword. Hey Amil, you guys can explain what is a static keyword? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so no issue. Okay, so what happened? You can see main method is also a static. You can see, got it right. So we have a multiple types of the static member. So we are learning a static method. So what happened? JVM automatically provide the memory for a static. Okay, so memory, automatic memory means JVM already provided the memory for a static, that is called, you know or you can see, and this is class. When JVM, when class is loaded into the JVM, okay, that time all the static member will get memory. Got it right? So in the real time, what is, where you can use this, right? So I have given the, I can give you the example, like, so you guys are a student of Engineers Tech Hub, right? Got it right? So Engineers Tech Hub is institute name. Got it right? Engineers Tech Hub. So this is the institute name is common, right? In my institute, we have a 50 student. Got it right? So we have a 50 student here. So when you ping me, or if you guys are trying to connect with me, right? So I'm asking your some information. Can you tell me your name, your email ID, right? Or your Skype ID, or like and which course are you looking for, automation or manual? Got it, right? So this 50 students having the different data, right? So name, your name is different, right? This a student having the different name. This a student having the A name, or this a student having the B name, C name, D name. So if this a student is from engineers tech hub only, got it, right? So where these guys are doing the course, all these 50 students are doing the course in engineers tech hub. So this is the common memory. So I can write in the real time. This is a static. Got it, right? So static means we having the common memory, and non-static means we have to provide the specific memory. What happened in my application in database, you guys will make as a static, and tomorrow you will tell, hey, can you change me my mobile number? Okay, I change the mobile number for mobile number to this guy, A guy. Then what happened, it will impact to the all my student, because the static having the common memory, right? So that's why here we will not use, when you are storing the data for a student, we will not use, okay, we will not use here a, a static, because this is the common memory, right? If anyone want to change my any data, it will impact to the other student data also. So here we will use non-static. Okay, so I will discuss today a static member, sorry, a static method. Okay, so static method we will discuss, and I will come on the non-static later. I think you understood, right, where you can use. So if you having that, if you are developing any code, and if you having the common requirement in your project, then we should go for a static. No, we have a specific requirement, right? So then we should use non-static member, sorry, non-static keyword. Okay, so you can see I have created a static method, and this is your return type. I have given the void, and this is called your method name, and this is called your you know this is called, this complete syntax is called method prototype or method signature. If you will not give this bracket, and if you will compile this code, you can see uh, compiler is very intelligent. It's going to tell you, hey, this is expected, you did not given here, and it's showing the line number 6 you have did some mistake, right? Again, this is the part of the method syntax. You have to give this, otherwise compiler will not understand what you are doing here. You can say this parenthesis you have to give here. Again, if I will compile this code, will I get any compile time error? Will I get any compile time error? No. Runtime. No runtime error. Okay, so we'll get output, right? Okay, so when I will compile this code, I'm able to compile, able to execute, right? You can see, but the output is coming inside main. This login is not executing. What we have to do? Okay, so are you understanding, right? Main method automatically call by the JVM, but please mute it, okay, all of you. And but if you are creating user defined method, means this method is created by us, you must be call or you must be access this method. How to access this method? This is the static, so you can call this method like directly, okay, or this is the coding standard, we have to call this method by using the class name dot, sorry, class name dot. You can access directly or you can access class name dot. This is the method calling, okay, this is your method calling. This complete parenthesis is called the method calling statement, how to call the method, okay. So now what happened here, okay, so I think what happened here, how this code will work. So again dot class file will be generated, then runtime JVM will search where is your main method, then the control will come inside this main method, and method is executing from top to bottom. This line will execute, will get this output. Again it will go here and it will search where is your login page, it will go and it will enter here and this logic will execute. Again control will go back in main method. So again here, again we having the another, so again it will go same method I am calling again, so again it will go and it will display two times like that. If I will compile this code, sorry I missed this semicolon. If I will compile this code, you can see inside main and we are calling two times, so it is displaying two times. This is called, this method is called a static void type, okay. I'm going to use a static non-void type. Okay, non-void type means in place of return type we can give the any data type like int, float, double. Got it right? So login, number of customer. Okay, so number of customer, inside this number of customer. Okay, so I'm going to call this method. So I will use here class name dot. Okay, you can call directly also a static, you can call directly. I'm just commenting this. Again it will call two times. Okay, so I don't want to call two times. Now if I will compile this code, what will happen? Will I get any compile time error? Will I get any compile time error here? Okay, so if I will compile this code, you can see it's showing the missing something return statement. Okay, so this is the non-void type. Okay, so I'm returning some value. Why we are returning the value like this, this is again project level stuff, I will explain you later. Just you have to understand this is the static non-void type. Non-void type means except void keyword you can use any data type here. I'm using return type as an int, then compiler and JVM is not able to understand this. So what happened, they have given one more keyword that is called return keyword, and which type of the value you have given. I have given int type, you can give here 0 also, it will work. Any integer value it will work, okay. So integer type, right? So that's why we were getting this error. So now we can see able to compile and able to run inside number of customer. Okay, so now we will use home page. Return type I will take a string. A string is a special class. It will work as a mobile. See, I have given return type as a string, so I'm returning the value as a string. Right here, I'm taking the parameter v1, a string. This implementation you guys will understand in Selenium. Okay, why we are learning this all the things, or I'll show you later this. Okay, if I will go for the implementation, why we are learning this all the things, it will take more time for me. Okay, just understand the concept here, and this all the concept we will use in the Selenium. Okay, so this is called a static non-void parameterization method. Okay, you can see here I'm passing two parameter means input. Okay, how to call this method again? I will call this method here class name dot. You have passed the parameter, right? So I'll tell you why we use this parameterization concept. So when you are working in the real time, okay, so you have to display different type of an object. Understood, right? So here we having the multiple types of the mobile, right? I want to display the multiple types of the mobile on the console. Got it? Or I want to pass the multiple. How to use this, right? We cannot do hard coded here. So here I don't know, you are searching the mobile on the Amazon, which mobile, I don't know. Amazon people don't know which mobile you are searching. So I will give the this input type, and user will give this output. Hey, which mobile you are searching? Got it, right? So here, as per the user, we will pass here mobile mi or simple mi or mi7, like that. So here the users, as per the users, it will search. Okay, so user search mi and mi7. Got it, right? So this is your, and which type of the parameter you are passing, same type you have to pass the argument. In technical word, this is called integer. Sorry, it is called input. Sorry, simple word, this is called input. Okay, and this is called output. If you will use in the technical word, this is called parameter, and this is called argument. Okay, so in technical or non-technical word, we use two types, one simple English word and one is your technical word, right? So technical, this is called parameter, and if you are passing the output, this is called argument. This is input, this is output. Okay, and you have to remember which type you are passing. A string type, then you have to pass the string type only. If you will pass the different type, you will get error. Okay, so please remember this. Understood, right? So I'm going to compile this. Okay, so I'm getting this inside home page. Okay, these are the dummy code. This is not a real-time implementation. Okay, but if you know the basics stuff, then you can understand any code and all. Okay, one more thing is there. This is called return a statement with value. Okay, this is called return a statement with value, and this is called, I will use one more, return. This is called your return a statement. Okay, so I think you cannot see this. If you will work in the real time also, you cannot see this, but sometime in the interview they will ask to you what is the return a statement and return a statement with value. Got it, right? So here what happened, it will just terminate the execution of the code. That is the use of this return statement. So one interview question is there, what is the difference between, or we have to understand this is also the same, can be used if you are using the void type as a return statement, can be used return with value or not? We cannot use this, right? We cannot use void with return with value. Okay, but if you having the void keyword, we can use return a statement. So this is your interview question, so you have to explain them. What is the use of this? It will just terminate this line of the code, that's it. Okay, so this is the another concept. Okay, so this is, anything I'm missing, anything for I have covered all. This is static. Okay, so non-static, right? So I am going to use a non-static. So void login page is already there. So emp data. Okay, so now I'm going to create a non-static method. So inside this emp, okay, how to access this method? Can we access this method directly? You can see this is your optional, right? I did not use this, and this is also optional. I did not use this. Mandatory things I have used: return type, void, and this is the method which does not have any static keyword, that is called non-static method. So why we use a non-static method? Non-static, okay, non-static method with void. Okay, how to access this method? Anyone can explain? If I will call directly, will I get compile time error, or we are able to execute? Tell me how to access this method. Create object, not a new keyword. Okay, so I have to create an object. T equal to new t. Okay, so I already discussed, but again I will discuss this. So non-static member will not get memory automatically. Okay, thank you. So non-static method cannot get memory automatically. We have to provide the memory. So what happened, we having the one more keyword, that is called new keyword. So when you are writing this new keyword, no, when you will write this new keyword, so in JVM we having the heap area. Okay, so this is the some area is there, all the member will be stored in the different area. So we having the heap area. Inside this heap area, this is your heap, this is the JVM. Okay, here the object will be created. All the non-static member will get memory, like we having the emp emp data. Okay, so new keyword means object creation, and this is your constructor, class name, and with this parenthesis, this is called your constructor. It will initialize this object. Okay, initialization, it will hold this object. Okay, so I am holding this object here. So this will hold this object t. Okay, and this is your 1010, it is holding this object here. Okay, so and this is the type. Okay, this is the again reference variable, right? So this is your type. Which type it is? This is the demo test type, class type. Okay, this is the going to tell you the type of this variable. And how to access this member which is available here? I will access this t dot. So dot means it is going to access this whatever the member which is available. Okay, so I'm going to access this. So how to access this? Okay, now it's going to access. Okay, so this is how to access non-static member. Okay, so I'll take one more class for method. So coming classes I will complete this method concept. So just do the practice for this code I will send you. Okay, and 7 o'clock be having the regular classes. You guys attend the regular classes at 7 o'clock.